All right, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel here now. I was gonna take a couple weeks off here, kind of wait till Destinations, then do a show, like a little show, kind of like this. But there's been so much freaking news here in this like week and a half of off season that like I can't even handle it. So we're gonna jump in here. We're gonna do a short video. Hopefully, I got enough space on the phone to record this. If not, we'll do a part two. But anyway, so first off, just want to thank everybody who makes this channel possible. We'll start with Rev X products. Make sure to check them out. You can pick up your max power, add it to any single cylinder 4-stroke motor you got, and it'll make it run longer, cooler, better. Go check them out. There's going to be links in the description to all these below. Also, thanks to Complete Racing Solutions, Flo Racing, Holster Co, Gutter Works, TLR Coatings, NANO XTREME, Alias MX, and Adept Creative Co. for all being on board with us here. Make sure, like I said, to go check them out. Links in the description down below. Now, with that being said, let's jump into some of this craziness that's been going on here in the off season. Okay, so first up, we're going to start with the Destinations news here, I guess we'll call it. Okay, so obviously, last round of SMX there, we had some big issues with both Sexton and Danger Boy getting injured there. Chase was immediately out. No surprise there. He has now unfollowed KTM. That relationship's done. Cut it. It's over. See you later. Thanks for coming. Really, really appreciate it. And so, yeah, so that's done, and he's out, and he is not going to be at Destinations, period. We're putting RJ Hampshire in there, which RJ, I don't think RJ is as good as Chase, obviously, but solid pick in my opinion here for Destinations. He'll put in some good results and get us to where I think we need to be here as far as Destinations goes. Now the 250 spot is the one that's really been a big pain in the butt here that everybody's been talking about. So originally, basically what happened is when the Vegas SMX all went down, everybody panicked. Holy shit, 2 of our guys are out. So immediately went into controversy mode, fill the spot, figure it out. Let's see what's happening here. And so they obviously, RJ, okay, cool, raise his hand, I'll do it. Justin Cooper Webb also raise their hands, say, hey, we'll do it. So Justin Cooper and Cooper Webb offered to drop down to the 250 spot, obviously. And that's awesome. It's great that they've done that. Either one of them, cool, no problem. Now, they told Justin Cooper, you have the spot, you're good, it's yours. Well, then Deegan has surgery Monday on his collarbone, gets it plated, and says, hey, no, I'm still going to ride. Which then, of course, because Deegan is who Deegan is, and the AMA, there's a lot going on there. But let's just put it this way. They also know that they cannot do what they would like to with him. Said, oh, okay. So the next thing you know, Justin Cooper is a injured reserve rider, essentially waiting on what the hell Deegan's going to do. Now, mind you, Justin Cooper's already changed all his plans and everything. And friend of the show, Tom Cooper, there and I were having a conversation about this right after it happened. And he equated it to a guy who is a backup player, backup goalie, backup player for any team. And I said, okay, I don't disagree with that. However, this is motocross. We don't have backups like that. And if you're told that, hey, you're going in the game, and then all of a sudden you're not going in the game, and especially because the game isn't you're required to be there, you're in your vacation season, you're probably had a vacation planned, then that's kind of BS. Like I said, I understood what he was saying, but moto is such a different sport that it was one of those situations of like, I don't really care for this. But anyway, so we waited and waited and waited. Obviously, this is old news for when this video is coming out. Like I said, I was trying to take a couple weeks off, but I just can't with everything that's happening. So supposedly there were some stipulations Deegan was going to have to prove here to both the team and the AMA. Let's see, it's Wednesday right now. I'm recording this on like Monday. I guess Monday he didn't show up even. I guess Tuesday he showed up and they kind of went, nope. Everybody is, as a group, I guess, went, nope, we're not we're not going to do this. So Deegan is out. Justin Cooper's in, which I'm totally fine with. I think the team will do okay. I think we're a solid podium team. If something happens to Australia, I think there's a possibility. I don't know a ton about the rest of the teams. I've listened to a couple previews, but honestly, I know the main guys in MXGP and the MX2 class over there. I don't know enough about who's country by country to really comment on this very much here at this current point. But yeah, so but with our team, like I said, I think we're a solid podium team. I really do. I think solidly we can be a podium team. We may be able to squeak out a win if some things go our way, but we'll see. We'll see. It's going to be interesting. Weather's supposed to be prime. We were going to go, but I ended up booking some work for over the weekend because, again, as I've stated on the show a gazillion times, I'm not I wasn't sure what the weather was going to be like, and I didn't need to go to another Mudfest destination. So we won't be there. I will be paying for the package. I will be watching it. Kind of being further down this road than I was years ago, and not so much blinded by the, oh man, this is awesome. This is a gigantic race. The promoter situation's a little to me too, but I don't want to get all into that. That's a whole nother rant for a whole different day. But anyway, yeah, so that's kind of my take. Like I said, I think Australia is pretty much the favorite with the Lawrence brothers, and then Kyle Webster basically has to somehow manage a top 10 in one of the motos, and if he can do that, like, they'll probably be okay, because I don't see a world where Jet and Hunter don't go 1-2 without some stuff happening. But anyway, moving on, and speaking on the danger train here, Danger Douche, he is going to do the Argentina World Supercross round. Now, when he talked about this, it kind of sounded like it may not be confirmed that that's the only round he's doing. I don't know if he'll do more. I had heard there was a possibility of doing multiple off-season races by him, because the rumor I had heard a while ago was that he would be debuting a 450 for Supercross in an off-season race. Now, will that happen? I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. The Argentina round will be interesting. I think it is super duper interesting that as far as World Supercross goes, the only people they don't have showing up are Sexton and the Lawrence brothers. Outside of that, every other top rider basically is there, especially in the 450 class, and now you've got the biggest 250 rider in the United States showing up. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So, like I said, interesting to see. And as far as danger goes, I'm interested to see if he does do a 450 race in like a off-season 450 Supercross race. We'll have to see. I'm sure he'll be testing it here, testing the bike as soon as he gets back into fighting shape. So we shall wait and see that. Next thing here on the list. The Jorge Prado saga continues here. Now, we all thought there was a major possibility we were going to see Prado ride a KTM or a gas, his factory gas at Destinations. Obviously, that was announced a long time ago that wasn't happening. Now, here is where this has come in. When that originally was announced, that was all rumor. That basically Monster wasn't letting him out of his deal here early, and that's why he was not going to go do it. Now it's kind of being talked about in more open things. In fact, I think I heard Jason Thomas talking about this the other day, that basically that is true. What basically happened is he wanted out of his deals. Kawasaki was kind of ready to just say, okay, cool, screw it, see you later, thanks for coming, this was a failed experiment. And Monster said, no, sir. We're not going to let you out of this deal. You can get out of the deal, but you have to pay us back. Because one of the things that all these companies do, whether it's Red Bull, Monster, whatever, they make marketing material. You walk into the gas station, you see the Danger Boy picture on the Monster pop-up or whatever. That's marketing material. There's money spent. There is thousands upon hundreds of thousands of dollars spent on this kind of marketing material, which obviously with Prado having a 3-year deal and supposed to be the guy for Monster Kawasaki, and he's now out, they've spent all this money. So Monster basically came in and said, no, 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 sir, we would like our money back. And now, because things are so bad, Kawasaki is also, from what I understand, telling him, no, 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 sir, you're going to pay us back too, because you did not complete your contract obligations. And to be honest, I don't blame them. There's a lot of situations here that could have happened that we would have, that I would have been like, you know what, guys, just split it, like whatever. And to be honest, when Kawasaki, when this first started happening, Kawasaki was like, yeah, no, we're not, I don't care, just get lost. I didn't blame them. However, the way it went, things that were said, I don't blame them for going after him for money. Like, bro, you came over, you took all this money, and then you talked a shitload of shit about us and our bike and everything else in between. We would like that money back. Your contractual obligation was to race for 3 years with a possible 4-year kicker and to compete. And we didn't even have, like the thing is if I'm Kawasaki, we didn't even have stipulations for the first year. We knew the first year would be rough. You were going to come in. It was Supercross was going to be a learning curve. Cool, just get through that healthy. Let's get to outdoors, which you didn't do. Okay, cool, shit happens, no big deal. Then you get to outdoors and all you can do is bitch and complain. I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all. So that situation is interesting. We'll see where it goes. But that to me is a super interesting development, because what happens if he doesn't pay them back? He's not out of that contract. How he can't go ride somewhere else? I mean, you're talking then you're going to get tied up in court, sir. And is that what you want to do, is spend your money in a court battle because you're now being sued by the company that hired you to bring you to the U.S. because you didn't fulfill that contract? And then again, if I'm KTM and all this, I don't know how you look at this and go, yep, we'll take him. I don't understand. He put such a bad taste in so many people's mouth. I mean, like you're not buying Danger Boy, who comes with a gazillion people following and is just like the heel, the villain of the sport. You're buying someone that, fuck, I mean, the core group of moto fans are like, fuck this guy. He is a Spanish prick. And to be honest, like I said, I'm not thrilled with how he acted either. And as a business guy myself, if somebody worked for me and did what he did in that public of a manner, like, there's a big difference too between like him sitting down with his buddies at dinner and being like, dude, this bike fucking sucks. I can't handle it. It's super slow. They're not doing anything for me, whatever. And him basically being out there being like, well, if they would give me a bike that was fast and was set up properly, I would win. Like that's a big difference, man. A big difference. So yeah, so I don't know. Interesting development. We'll have to see how it goes. I'm trying to think if there was any other major pressing news. I don't believe that there was. At least nothing crazy that I want to cover right this second. I'm sure I'm missing something. Ken Roczen raced a Pro 2 off-road truck. That was cool, I guess. I haven't even watched the race, but I heard he did okay. He didn't crash. He didn't wreck the shit out of it. So that's pretty awesome. Yeah, I think that's it. And this has all been within like a 2-week span here. And to be honest, like if Justin or somebody was here, man, it would be, we'd have so much to talk about. So anyway, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We'll leave you with this here. Thanks to all our sponsors too. Make sure to check them out. Link in the description down below. Hit the members area. Me and Seth are working on content right now to release to members only. So if you're interested in seeing me talk more about nonsense, hit that members area. Yeah, so question of the day to leave you with, because me and Justin were having this argument, is a 80 to 90% Danger Boy better on a 250 than a 100% Justin Cooper? That was the argument we were having. When Justin Cooper was taking the spot, and then he wasn't, and then he was, and then he wasn't, we were going back and forth on who was better on that 250 at the current moment. At the current moment. Now, I'm not talking heyday Justin Cooper. I'm talking Justin Cooper who's been in the 450s now for 2 years, has not raced a 250 in 3 years. I'm talking that Justin Cooper versus a Danger Boy coming back from injury, hurt shoulder, etc. stuff. Which is better? Comment down below. Appreciate y'all watching. I'll be back with some Destinations updates here in just a couple of days because that's on Saturday and Sunday. And yeah, we'll see everybody after that. Later.